back lever is pointed to this tank here. When this propane tank is empty, you just roll it over to this other one and make sure the tank's turned on, and it's going to go on the system.
Awesome.
Okay? Over here you have a battery disconnect switch. So when you're in storage, if you turn that off, you're going to turn about 90% of your power off to the couch. But a few things will still eventually draw your battery down even though you have it turned off. When you plug it in and you want to charge the battery, have that turned on so it will go through the system and charge the battery. Okay? Basically what that does is take the battery out of the loop. Okay? Right here, this one's for your front one, this one's for your rear one, and they're your stabilizers. They're not levelers, they're stabilizers. So if you were somewhere where you were really out of balance, try to drive up on a block or something, level it that way, and then bring this to hold the weight. It's not going to lift it, but it will hold it. Okay? And like I said, this one's for the front, back. This is your freshwater holding tank. This is the one if you're going up in the mountains dry camping without no hookups. You fill this one, then you're running off the pressure of the water pump. If you go to an RV park or at the house and you put water here, you're running off the pressure of the faucet. Okay?
Is there
that just pops off here. Hose goes in there and this twists. That's just to keep the critters out of there, the spiders. You see that blue hose with the if you have water in the tank and you come back and you want to drain it out when you're putting it away, open that up and drain the water out. Okay? This is just an outside shower, hot and cold water. However, if you're running off the pump, you have to have the pump on for this to work.
Is there a switch for the pump?
Yes, when we get inside, it's right there on the display panel where everything's at. Here's your water heater. This works on propane or electricity. So if you're at an RV park, you can run the heating element, save your propane. But if you're dry camping, you run it off your propane. Selector switch is in there too, where all the other buttons are at, and I'll show you that. Okay. There's where you're going to hook up your sewer hose. The front one is your gray tank. Your gray tank is your sink and your shower. The black tank is your toilet tank. And that's going to be the back handle back here.
Toilet's back here.
Yep.
Sink or shower.
Gray tank is your soapy waters. Black tank is your poop tank. Okay. Always dump this one first. Shut that one and open up your gray. That way that soapy water will push all that stuff down farther down the line when you're cleaning it out. Okay. Even though you don't have a when you are dumping your black tank, you can hook up a water hose here, and there's a sprinkler inside that tank to wash out whatever didn't get pushed out.
To flush it out.
Yeah. Here you are plumbed for some RV parks have cable. You can hook up a cable there, and then it's plumbed to your tubing.
All right.
Okay. This is the back of your fridge. If you leave it on auto, you have two buttons, on and auto. If you leave it on auto, it will be running on electricity, but as soon as it loses electricity, it'll switch over to propane all by itself. And then you can have it just running straight on propane. There's a button selector when we get in there, I'll show you that. If you're always running it on propane, on electricity, I would blow this out before you go camping, because you can get a cobweb or a bunch of dust in there and it won't light up because the sensor won't let it. So you just pull back in there like that and just psh. So, and you don't need a big air compressor, one of the little cans that compress air for like a keyboard, just enough to blow the dust out of there if it's been sitting for a long period of time.
And this is the so let's say we get to my house and I just want to plug this into the house to keep it always running on electricity, so that for whatever reason, is that okay too?
Yes, but you can get an adapter for that plug there to plug it into a regular plug at the house. You can keep your refrigerator cold all the time, and your batteries will be charged up all the time. Only thing you can't run off a regular wall plug or an extension cord is your air conditioning and the microwave. that draws too much power.
Oh, all right, all right.
So you can get the little adapter, and then you can plug it in. This, you can put sodas or whatever, and this will always be cold. And like once a year, just check your acid level on batteries because it's always charging your batteries.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
But yeah, it needs that true 30 amp in the breaker on your house for the air conditioner to work. So summertime, you can have people staying in there and hanging out, but because the heater and everything works off propane and battery voltage. You want to go on in, I'll show you all your switches. So right here, so this is your water heater. You see you can pick either gas or electricity. So I turned them both on at the same time. If you were dry camping and you didn't want to have power, you would run it like that because your water pump's also on right now. If you're at an RV park where you're plugged into everything, you would probably run electricity and then you're running off the pressure of the water hose. So that's how you would have your water heater turned on.
Awesome.
Okay. So right now, let's go ahead and just test the hot water. Since it's on the other side, over there, it's gonna take a little bit hot. So just be aware that if you have little kids, this is gonna take a while to get hot. That one right there, it's wrapped by the water, the bathtub or the shower. It's wrapped by the water heater, so it's gonna get hot quicker. Okay. It's gonna come out immediately hot. Versus here, it took it a little bit. So your porch light is the LED strip out here.
Yeah.
And then your ceiling light is those two right here. So the one here turns on there, and the one underneath your dinette turn on there. And then the master goes up above the bed.
So you got nature.
So then this is your on-in switch here. Extend, just running it out. Oh, that's cool. Stop it. When you run it back in, you hold your finger on the button. The arms are going to hit, and you keep your finger on the button. That way it gets tightened up. Whatever material is loose on the fabric, on the tube, and then the motor has a breaker, so it will shut itself off. You're not going to damage the motor if you keep your finger on the motor.
Awesome.
Okay? Because you don't want it halfway closed and going down the road and wind building up on it. You're going to see it hit and do a little turn on it. See how, and you heard that? Kind of tightened up. Yeah, now it's nice and good. Okay. Your air conditioner's easy because that's how you turn it down or off. And this is your cooler for temperature here. You don't have this side because it's not heat. You have furnaces right there.
Oh, okay.
You would kick it on. You would move this thing over. Like that, and then you would get your temperature this way. Okay. When you turn it off, you want to hear that snap. Right. Carbon monoxide detector's right there. That's the thing that will chirp if your batteries go low. And some cleaning products will set that off as well. Okay. Now over here are your breakers and fuses. Just like on a house, whatever's on a breaker is true 110 power. Air conditioner, microwave, refrigerator. And then there's one labeled the converter, COV. That's your battery charger.
This one?
Yes. And then everything else runs off your battery, so that's on your fuse. So if one of your fuses pop, a red LED light will light up next to the fuse.
Oh,
right in here.
That's pretty sweet.
That's how come this is a see-through window. Yeah. You'd be able to see if it was lit up.
Okay.
Here, off and on. And you see how it says auto? It's automatically going to switch over if it loses power.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to run on propane, you would just have that out. It would only run on propane.
Okay.
I always tell customers leave it there and just turn it off and on. This one, when it's out, it's off. When it's in, it's on.
Okay.
If you want to feel it, it's already getting. We plugged it in around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You want to leave it on, or you want to turn it off?
You can turn it off.
I don't know if you want to take it home tonight and party in the backyard. Of course, your normal bunks. This guy here, you fold up the table, and the tabletop just rests right here. And then you put these cushions, one of the cushions on each side, and that turns into a table.
All right.
Okay. And then normal cabinetry. You do have a little bit of storage underneath the bed.
Oh. Nice.
And then you have a surge protector. You want to, if you're at an RV park, you plug that surge protector in first, and then that way, if there's any pop or anything, that will be damaged versus a couple of your computer boards inside the trailer.
But you said that's only if I'm at a park or something.
RV park, yes.
Okay.
These it has that. Or unless you put that 50 amp plug at your house.
Oh,
I mean not 50, 30 amp plug.
So if I do the plug to the house, I'll add that before it gets to the.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, is there any questions on the trailer?
No,
on the trailer. And in this is a small solar panel that you would alligator clip to the batteries.
Okay.
It won't catch up to charge. It will just trickle charge it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you already have your sewer hose?
No, I don't.
Okay. You're gonna need a sewer hose, a water pressure regulator. The gray one is your storage compartment in the front, and then this is for your outside shower. Okay. See how they locked it? Put on 2 hanging. Once you have a lot of weight, maybe if you have stuff in the bed or more water, you might have to go the next one. The higher you go up here, the less you're gonna have sag.
Oh,
okay. Can you lift up, extend the jack out a little bit more?
It's this one.
Right, extend the XT. Keep going. Alright, cool. So, see, the higher up it goes, it's easier to put these on.
Okay.
I run the cable inside the chain, that way if you're up in the mountains, no brush or stick could accidentally pull it out.